Y'all know what's going on. It's time for another episode of Doing Time with Joe. I'm your host, Joe Baker. Welcome to the show, y'all. Look here. This is about the kite from the devil. The conclusion to what happened. Let me tell y'all how this thing played out. Now, Keith, he ended up down in the pile with all the bloods. He in the middle of the flow. They surround him, right? My guys down there, they seeing the whole thing. They said he got in the middle of the flow. He said, man, y'all bring it, man. He said, this is how we do it in Cali. All this stuff y'all got going on down, we ain't finna do it like this. We ain't finna do it like this, man. He said, you got a problem with me, bring it to me. Now, the brother that was in charge, he feeling some kind of way about everything that's going on, right? Because a lot of the brothers, they really don't even want to do this. You feel what I'm saying? Because he one of them. But because he was talking peace, the ones that was in charge, where we was at, they feeling intimidated. If it's going to be peace, then, you know, it's going to be a problem with them. They done spread all this hate and all this venom about the Crips and all this and that. And don't get it wrong. You know, sometimes cuz them be doing things to them and all this and that, right? But these brothers, you know what I'm saying, these bloods that was in Tennessee was trying to get something going, right? Some of them was about their bread. The other ones, they were just mad and wanted to be mad at everybody about whatever situation they could be mad about. And that just wasn't what bro was on. He wasn't on none of that. Don't get me wrong. The peace treaty didn't last. We all know that. Stuff crunked back up. But while the opportunity was there, they were trying to have peace. But the bloods that was in Tennessee that was at the camp that we was at, they were pissed off. And they wanted him off the compound. Man, look, they rushed him. When I say they rushed him, And they put hands on him. They whooped him. Now, my guys down there talking about he was holding his own, but when you got 5, 10, 15 people coming at you, I don't care how good you fight. This is not TV and you are not Bruce Lee. That's just what it is. Ain't none of that. You know how Chuck Norris or Wesley Snipes and all of them, they be whooping all. There ain't nobody doing that in real life. If you whooping that many people, all the people you whooping, they cowards. It's simple as that. They don't know how to fight. They don't know how to fight. And that ain't how it works. If a lot of people get around you and they all, excuse me, and they all rush you, you can't swing fast enough to hit them all. Eventually, you're going to tuck and roll. And they're going to beat you down. That's what they did to Keith. They beat him. They beat him. But see, everybody on the compound respected him after that. Yeah, they took him to the back because they got to do what they got to do. His safety is paramount, all of this, blah, blah, blah. You feel what I'm saying? But he earned the respect of a lot of people, and that taught me something. See, sometimes you got to take that lick. This is life. See, separate yourself from the gang stuff, right? Sometimes you got to do the hard things to get people to see what it is you're talking about. See, he was willing to do that because he had integrity, he had convictions, and he stood on it. He stood on it. And see, most people today ain't standing on what they believe. Somebody come through there with a little bit, you know what I'm saying, of money, a little dope bag, or you know, somebody smile at you and tell you they like you. Next thing you know, you're cheating on your gal. All kinds of stuff going on. You don't stand for nothing, so you'll fall for anything. But see, he wasn't like that. And I know it might sound weird from a lot of y'all that, you know what I'm saying, that, dang, Joe T fucked with the blood. Nah, it wasn't even that at all. I fucked with him. He showed me something that I, quite honestly, I was surprised by. No joke. He showed me something. And when the opportunity for him to stand on what it was he was saying, he did that. And got beat up. And he went to the back. And I got a letter from him. He hit me up saying, what's up, Joe T? Whoop the woo, this, that, and the third, right? I didn't get it through the regular mail. I don't do none of that. They smuggled it to me. I get it, I'm reading it. he asked for a few things and all this and that, and I had a way to get stuff back in the back to him, so I took care of that and all this and that, right? But he told me, he appreciated and respected, that I told him to be in the right, because if I wouldn't have told him and they creeped him like that, then I don't know how I would have felt. So that's what I'm asking you. Have you ever been put in a situation where you don't know what to do because it could harm you or your family? Because see, if you have, then you understand what I'm talking about. You'll understand what I'm talking about. I just feel like that we've gotten to a point as a people that we don't really even care what happened to our neighbors. We don't care what's going on. And I'm trying to get to a point to where I want people to see that I care about everybody. We don't have to agree. Like some of y'all that listen to the show, when you be talking about, Josie always be taking the side of the females and whoop-de-woo, this, that, and the third, and and like you was saying, one of y'all was saying, a couple of y'all brothers was saying, I got love for you, but y'all, we disagreed about the Puffy issue. You feel what I'm saying? And that's cool. We can agree to disagree. But I still mess with you all the way to the fullest. And I know y'all mess with me. I know that. I see it every day when I get the comments from you and you're watching the show. But see, Keith, he had the rare occasion to stand on it, and he had to suffer for it. So when something is happening to you and it looks like it's going to be bad, don't get scared, man. And if you do get scared, still follow through. Because see, that's what has to happen. That's what has to happen in order for something to change. Fear is just you not understanding what's going to happen. Not having a clue as to what's going to happen and how it's going to turn out. That's why we get scared about stuff. Because we don't know. But then that's the beauty of all of this. If we had all the answers and how everything was going to turn out, then, we wouldn't learn nothing. We wouldn't have the opportunity to stand on anything at all. And I don't think that's good. But at the end of the day, what I'm trying to say about Keith, it's what I'm trying to say to all of y'all. He stood for something. What you standing for? I know a lot of people talk a lot of mess about me and say a lot of things about me because, I'm in prison and I'm doing this show and all this. Now, I go through that every day. I have a lot of people saying a lot of negative things about me. They don't like what I do. Some people feel like I shouldn't even be able to do this at all because they don't like the fact that somebody like me, meaning a person in prison, is trying to create and spread a positive message. They think that I should just sit down and shut up and do my time. For the most part, that's what I do anyway. I don't talk a lot unless I'm on the show. I chill, I watch, I observe, I learn. And then when somebody comes to talk to me, I give them everything that I've learned. Everything. So when you find yourself in a situation like Keith, remember one thing. Yeah, you're going to go through it. And it's going to hurt. But that hurt, that's just because it's unfamiliar to you. That's all it is. It's all it is. You're unfamiliar with what that is. But it's going to ease up. And when it does, you're going to be a better person for it. This has been another episode of Doing Time with Joe. I'm your host, Joe Baker. And I say peace, y'all.